Hello and welcome back to a Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 2. This is my first part of a YouTuber Succession series, which we are doing with GrandMaesterStitch, who is handing us this save file, Paradoxos and Vujo Gaming. If you don't know what a Succession game is, don't worry, I will explain. The idea is that GrandMaesterStitch has started the save file, he's played for 25 minutes, and then he has passed it to us. What we're going to do is we're going to play it for 25 minutes and we're going to pass it to Paradoxos, who will play it for 25 minutes and pass it to Vujo. Then we'll do it again. And the point is that effectively we'll be able to see how off track things have got from where we think things will have gone. So, where did it all start? Well, it all started in the Dance of Dragons, and the Dance of Dragons is in fact over. If we go and have a look here, we will see that King Aemon has beaten his sister and, well, she was mauled to death by a bear. So that is pretty much conclusively done. At least for that part of the Dance of Dragons, that's sorted. And we're still alive, so that's a good sign. We are Lord Ebut down here. Lord Ebut is a socializer, scholar, lustful, and just. And, well, he has a lot of troops for the area. We have 4.46k. That's going to become very important soon, because we're also left with some councillors with some jobs. We have our Justiciar over here, with 4.5% chance yearly to fabricate claims in Harvest Hall. So, high chance that we might be able to get a claim over here. Well, I say high chance, 4.5% yearly is not high, but it's our objective to get a claim over here would be a better way of saying it. And if we did, then we can get that land. What we would love to do is we'd love to replace our Justiciar with somebody else. We'd love to replace him with anybody else, really. We don't have anyone better here, but if we were to go and look around, I'm sure there are better people. There's probably somebody. Yeah, so there's definitely better people if we were min-maxing. However, we're going to be playing this a little bit more roleplay-like, and I don't really think that we want to fire our powerful vassals. That doesn't sound right. So we'd love to reassign them. However, here's where we run into some issues. If we have a look at a Justiciar here, we can see that he's only really good at intrigue and diplomacy. If we have a look here, there's only one diplomacy job, so logic would dictate that he should move on to the intrigue job. Ah, well, here's the issue. We have no way of firing this councillor. We can click reassign, but I'm going to tell you, I tested that, all it does is reassign her to Spymaster. So, essentially, we cannot give him another job. So right now, we're stuck. If a position opens up on the council, however, that's something to look out for. In terms of anything else to look out for here, there's not really a lot. The main thing to note is that the Iron Throne has a ton of wars. So we're currently in the War of Grey Shield Independence, but once this ends, no doubt we'll be called into the War of Tarth, then the War of Blueburn, and the War of Riverman. There's a lot of wars of independence right now, and we'll be called into many of them. But none of them are actually that strong. The other thing to note is that Dorne is actually independent, like properly independent as far as I can tell. They have an Empire tier title, which is the same as this one. So if we go and have a look over here, that is the exact same tier of title, so they will not come underneath them when that's all done. So if we have a look at this guy, for instance, because he's got a king tier title, when all the wars end, he will come back underneath the Iron Throne. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. So what I think we're going to do is two things. One, we're going to try and get time moving and get like a lot of progress time-wise, because that's something we can actively do. The second one is, as a scholar, I feel we should join a guild, and we're going to join the Alchemist Guild. It's an old order of pyromancers, and the reason we're going to do this is because at least then we have made our mark on the line of things happening. So, let's go. My lord, we at the Guild of Alchemists and Lease are pleased to hear of your interest in our old and ancient order. We gladly welcome you as our patron and trust that you will benefit from our knowledge and power. Yours, Grand Master Loro. So if we can have a look here as well, there's one other thing I want to check. We have an ambition to have a son. We currently have one daughter, so that's maybe something we can work on. And then in terms of relations, we have no rivals and no lovers, so pretty much nothing. Our marriage tie is with Maidenpool. We could try and grab an alliance. Oh, we already do have an alliance with Maidenpool. Yeah, okay. But it doesn't really do anything for us because they're currently in a war that they don't really want to be in. And we don't really want to be in their war. So we're kind of just in, yeah, we'll just sit over here kind of situation. Right, let's speed up the game and get time moving on. Okay, so there's the first war over. That's the War of Grey Shield, which was over here. They lost, unsurprisingly. Next one is a war against Tarths. Oh, it actually looks like the Grimms lost their title as well there. Tarths don't have that many troops. They have 394 troops, so I imagine they're about to lose any second now. My lord, news from Sunspear of a trial by combat. Lord Desiel Shells demanded trial by combat from his captor, Prince Quarren Martel, and proved his innocence by forcing his opponent, Sir Laren, to yield. Okay, thanks for letting me know. So this is going to head up here. Yeah, I don't know what they're exactly doing here, but that's okay. Just randomly sieging an odd province. Anyway, we beat Tarth, and that's what matters. And then I believe we're going to be in the next war. Yep, there we go. We're in the War of Riverland Independence, which is about to end. Oh, the High Lordship of Tarth just got destroyed there. Okay, interesting. So they still have the actual land, but they don't have the High Lordship. And everything is back together again. So we have the North, the Vale, we have the Reach, we have Stormlands, but Westlands are not underneath. That is because they are currently still in a war of Iron Man invasion of Fair Isle. Okay. My lord, King Aegon Targaryen of the Iron Throne has seen fit to name Clifford Pyle, Lord Paramount of the Trident. He, his sons and grandsons shall hold and enjoy this honour until the end of time, and all lords of the Trident shall pay him homage as their rightful liege. Okay, so this is Pyle, a Stormlander, now it's in control of the Trident. Interesting. Okay, also has... oh, wrong one. I was going to say, he has, still has no children, so his heir is his brother, who owns some land over here. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, as I said, how interesting on that one. My lord, since I arrived in Nightsong, there's never been a shortage of soldiers reinforcing the troop station there. Fantastic. So we got extra levy reinforcement, which really means absolutely nothing because we haven't used our levy, but that's fine. We'll get there eventually. There's a new High Septum. Oh, and there's a new war. Okay. Lord Ebut, the realm is in a state of war, and as such, I, as your Lord Paramount, command that you provide men to support my armies. Okay, so what is the war? The war is defending against King Jacaerys Waters in his claim on the Iron Throne. So Jacaerys has a dragon. The dragon is Vermax. He has 35,000 troops. Okay, so unlikely to win, but still has a high, 35,000 troops. Things could go wrong in a way that he does win. However, I think I'm going to support my liege being neutral. Wait, okay. My liege is neutral. So I can say I won't concern myself for now. Aegon will approve. Boros will approve of that one. Okay, so Boros is just being neutral. I guess we just stay neutral? Yeah, okay. Which is interesting that our liege has decided not to join in. However, the Riverlands, because they're ruled by a child, I think, that's why they are automatically in, and they're providing a large number of these troops. They're providing 23,000. Okay, fair enough. I'm interested to know how the war's going, though, so I'm just going to do a little bit of this, set some important people up. Then we can see they both have dragons as well, so I mean, if there's a battle which has a lot of troops and only one dragon on one side, that's going to change the way this war goes significantly. My lord, after much talk, the most devout have finally selected a new High Septum. His Holiness has renounced any worldly name, as he is no longer a man but an avatar of the gods himself. Alright, may his reign be blessed. Nightsong has no true abode fit for purpose for the Guild of Alchemists. Therefore, me and my fellow wisdoms have determined that a new guild hall in Nightsong would be most beneficial to the Order, and humbly request you grant this project your patronage. 300 gold? I mean, I'm in, but I just simply do not have the money. It will not happen. Oh, that is Tarth has been executed, and the son, Lord Renly Tarth, is now in charge. Okay, interesting. Walled alive. That's a vicious one. Oh, and then he went and bought himself a little loot afterwards. It must have been very stressful walling that person up alive. My dear lord, I regret that events have forced me to sully my hands in this matter, but unless you swear to not form new factions conspiring against me, I shall have to spread your unsavory secrets to anyone willing to listen. What secrets do I have? Because I'm lustful, I can just... Alright, yeah, I wasn't in any factions, okay, fine. The cook has prepared a fine meal, but the priest preached about temperance. You know what, we'll satisfy our hunger with bread and water. Hey, we've become temperate. We've made our character better. Fantastic, so we get extra stewardship. Yeah, it's a good thing to have. I'll get some extra money, won't it? A little. Who just died there? That was Lord Balman Cressy just got beheaded. And I believe his sister is now taking over. Okay, interesting. How's his war going? His war is going pretty well. However, this land's sieged by Jaceres, so there is a possibility of something happening there. People are conspiring to kill me. Are they? Who? Oh, my Lord Paramount's conspiring to kill me. Can we ask him to not, maybe? No, he just doesn't want to. Well, that's a little annoying. How many troops does our Lord Paramount have? 14,000. Okay. Okay. Well, he stopped me from forming any factions against him, but maybe when that wears off, we might be looking for a little revenge there. Recently, I've noticed the pitiful state of my wife, Lady Della. I have been informed the case is flu. Okay. Well, hopefully she'll get better. Vermax's whip has been removed from Jaceres' treasury. News from King's Landing, my lord. During the war in the Iron Throne, the Dragon Riders, King Jaceres Neleros, rider of Vermax, and King Aegon II Targaryen, rider of Sunfire, met in fierce combat, driving their dragons to tear at each other relentlessly. King Aegon II and Sunfire prevailed, killing Vermax. Oh wow, what a dance that must have been. Why would I not want to be bothered by news such as this? This is important news. So that, I imagine, will be the end of the war, effectively. Even if it wasn't the end of the war, the fact that one side has a dragon and the other does not pretty much puts a line in the sand saying, it's over. Maester Edric has completely botched the treatment of my wife Della's disease. Della is now even worse off than before, barely clinging to life. I am expected to punish Edric for this transgression, but what would be a suitable punishment? How could you treat flu that badly? Well, I think he's off to the dungeons. Yeah, we will send for a new maester. That probably doesn't need to be a high priority one. Use that one. Yeah, right, we'll send for a maester. Our old maester, I think, can sit in our dungeons and think about what he's done. We could call him for a trial, I suppose. Yeah, let's call him for a trial. Maester Edric has demanded trial before the court, which Master Baron shall oversee to ensure justice is served. At the start of the trial, he is formally accused of sedition and conspiracy against the realm, a charge brought by Lord Ebat Tubes. Maester Edric begins to present his defence, but the court did not seem impressed. He cut a very unconvincing and nervous figure. He will be interrogated now. Master Baron stuttered, stammered, and incoherently rambled in front of the accused, who rebuked his questions and accusations with ease. Unfortunately, his argument was so boring that many at court appeared to almost fall asleep. A verdict has been reached. Master Baron proclaims, I find Maester Edric innocent. The charge of sedition and conspiracy against the realm is not proven. We had to release him. Oh no. Well, we have a new maester. We have Maester Malador here. Okay. We'll get him to serve the court. I guess our old maester is just going to hang around or go somewhere else. Jaceres Waters accepted King Aegon's peace offer and is now imprisoned. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, and the realm is now, well, completely back together as Doran isn't part of the realm. People are being exiled. We had a Black Brother cloak added to our treasury? Is that like a hint or something? Like, here you go. Yeah, we've got you the cloak. You can now just leave. We can't equip it as it's inactive. Okay, because we are not a Black Brother or a deserter. Who did we get that from? I have no idea. I would have thought it would have been from a relation, but we have no relations. Okay. Well, what an odd thing to have. After a pleasant evening with a very special friend of mine, I found my purse empty. Luckily I didn't carry that much gold with me. I will not visit that brothel again. Oh. Okay, well. We're a little lower than we were. Oh, yep, there's never going to be a shortage of troops. Well, that's good. King Aegon the Vengeful has declared the Iron Throne Dosk de jure war over Dosk. Where is Dosk? Ah. Well, yes, that will probably be fair enough. Revoked some castles. Okay. Do we care about what's happening? Oh, right. Jacaerys has been sent off to the Night's Watch. Interesting. We'll leave him there then. We'll find out what happens. He had a Black Brother cloak added to his treasury. He is now known as the Bastard of Castle Black. What a title. What a title. Well, looks like that war's over. Trial by combat in Winterfell. Howland Reed against Lord Paramount Cregan Stark, selecting Jorah as his champion. Jorah was defeated and forced to yield to his opponent, Lord Paramount Cregan Stark, proving Lord Howland's guilt. And he was forced to take the black. Okay, fair enough. Sir Reynard Caron has been a leal and able servant, having successfully completed many tasks in aid of Nightsong. He is seen as the right and honourable course to reward him with certain incomes and grants as to foster greater loyalty. Sure, we'll pay him some money. Dosk has accepted the peace offer. Fair enough, I imagine these two will be not far behind. Okay, and then he transferred the vassal over. You have discovered a plot where Lord Clifford Swan seeks to fabricate evidence of Lord Lundram's treason. I don't know what we can do with that. The Justiciar of Prince's Pass, Cassile, has bribed and threatened his way through and got a claim on my titles. That's not on. Can we fire people now? I just thought if we waited a little bit we might be able to fire them. No, but we are able to go carousing. We could also choose a new focus. I think if we really want a son, I'm actually going to change carousing. I'm going to focus on seduction. We're going to try and get a son here. That would be a great thing to leave behind. And we're also going to seduce our wife first and foremost. Fantastic. A new dragon has entered the world. Viserys Targaryen has apparently hatched one and named the he-dragon Turgon. Good for him. Yeah, very swell. I made sure to attend a minor event in Nightsong in hopes of seducing Lady Della, but despite my best attempts, she remains unimpressed. We'll try again. That seems fine. I'm attending a festive outing with Della. Unfortunately, half the court is also here, and I'm having trouble getting time alone with my Morious quarry. We'll seek an ally among her friends. I found Lisanne Caron sympathetic to my romantic cause. She and Della chanced upon me by a nearby stream, and the three of us had a great time. I can tell she is falling for me, for she barely noticed her friend leaving. I lean in to whisper in her ear. I'm just going to make a lewd suggestion. Della backed away, blushing and stammering something about being sorry before rushing off. Oh dear. Your liege has been imprisoned in the Red Keep by King Aegon Targaryen of the Iron Throne. Oh wow. To all subjects, for the crime of failing to keep the peace and disobeying an express command to cease hostilities, I hereby name Lord Paramount Boris Baratheon traitor and enemy of the realm. Signed, King Aegon of House Targaryen. I see. Okay. Well, that opens up a possibility. If he loses his titles, somebody else might get put in charge. So we've heard from the Red Keep that your liege, Lord Paramount Boris Baratheon, is suffering greatly in the captivity of King Aegon Targaryen. Apparently the unfortunate Lord Paramount Boros is being routinely tortured by his captives. Or captors. I would very much like to declare some sort of thing against this. However, we have no power to do anything of the sort. So, I guess we'll just unpause. I mean, he was plotting to kill me, actually. So maybe I don't want to do something against it. Okay, so we've chanced upon Della alone in the kitchen. We're going to confess our love. Be romantic. I sure know how to cajole women. Della and I spent the night making sweet, passionate love on our bed. Well, we're going to fall in love. Chasing skirts can be dangerous business. Jealous husbands, watchful parents, eavesdropping maids, little bastards. By the crone, it's a wonder I'm still alive. I've learned something about intrigue. Oh, so our intrigue went up, as did our sex appeal. Oh, fantastic. Do we have any... Sorry, for a second there I thought we had someone else going on. No, that's fine. There's a war against Appleton to get their land back. You know what? I've considered my liege's situation, and I'm absolutely happy he's imprisoned. He is trying to kill us, and he's telling us that we can't join factions. You know what? I think it was his own fault. I think if he hadn't been such a rude person, he probably wouldn't have been imprisoned. Yeah. Yeah. I'm firmly happy that he's in prison. I would like it if he died, and then we can get a title, but you know. Well, not die, have his title revoked, and then we can take his title. But, you know, apart from that, not really anything else to worry about. There's some more wars over here to get some of these last little bits done. Somebody was broken on the wheel. He does seem to like his torture. That might be the one thing I don't like about him. King Aegon the Vengeful has declared the Iron Throne, Basilisk Isles War of Emancipation on Corsair King Sathos of the Basilisk Isles. Alright. Interesting. So they're all the way down there. What an odd choice of a war. Okay, well, I mean, on you go. Oh, it looks like he did die. He died in the dungeons. Okay. So now we have Lady Paramount Cassandra Redback. Okay. So she is currently staying neutral. Well, we shall also stay neutral. Yes. We'll follow her lead here. There's a plot where Lord John Trant seeks to kill Lord Alaric the Hunter. Okay. Okay. We have a lot of money. I'm wondering what we can spend it on, if there is anything. We could try and buy one of these to try and push things forward a little bit for us. There's not really anything I can jump on, though. I guess if we were to buy, like, militia training grounds, that'll at least give us some troops to pass on. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, there's nothing else that we need to be working on immediately. Just your war has ended inconclusively. I assume that means somebody's now jumped underneath. Or the Reach ended their war and took it. That would probably do it. We've received word that the dragon Vagar, owned by Lord Paramount Aemon Targaryen, has died in Western Summer Sea. Apparently she just one day fell asleep and then never woke. A legend fades. Now, this is a different Aegon Targaryen. This is Aegon Targaryen who owns Dragonstone? Yes, Dragonstone. For a second there I was like, am I right here? Yes. So, yeah, okay, interesting. A legend fades. My lord and patron, Lord Ebut, we thank you for your continued patronage of the Guild of Alchemists. As a sign of our trust in you, we would like to offer you a chance to learn the secrets of making wildfire. I accept. You can ask any acolyte in your court to help you in this. Oh, and we've been invited to a feast with Lady Paramount Cassandra. Well, we'll attend the feast, sure. Also, do we have anybody I want to make my acolyte? I don't know, how about we go to find characters who are in my court, any here, who is the smartest? Our Maester. You probably can't join, I imagine. How about our Master of Arms? Can we ask you to be an acolyte? No, so we can't, it's not like you can take an apprentice like in some of the other societies. Okay, so I guess they already have to be in your court. So we would like you to learn how to make wildfire from an acolyte. Okay. Well, I'm not entirely sure how we're going to find one, but that's okay. Given how long we have left in the episode, that seems like a problem for the next person. We've arrived in Storm's End, where Lady Paramount Cassandra has greeted us warmly to her feast. Bread, salt, and blackberry wine has been served as is guest right, and the most delicious aromas are coming from the kitchen. Well, thank you for having us. I had a lovely dinner, neighbour, and after some wine we were both a bit drunk, and if I read the situation correctly, more than a little attracted to each other. Sure, let's slip away to a more private place. Lady Malera and I ended up in a room with a big bed in the middle of the room. The cider and the obvious attraction between us led to a pleasant evening. It was a good tumble. 25% chance she becomes pregnant with our child. Doesn't appear to have happened, but okay. Lady Paramount Cassandra committed much gold to her extravagant feast. In particular, I was impressed by the large centerpiece on the dais table. It represented a green lawn surrounded with large peacock feathers and green branches, to which were tied violets and other sweet-smelling flowers. In the middle of this fortress was placed, covered with silver. The fortress was hollow, and formed a sort of cage in which several live birds were shut up, their tufts and feet being gilt. On its tower, which was gilt, the banners of House Baratheon were placed. Oh, how impressive. And with that, well, and with there being another dragon rider, I'm trying to pause the game. The feast is over, and we're going to end this episode there. Thank you for watching. Next up is Paradoxos. I believe that there's going to be a playlist for these, so that if you're watching the playlist, they'll go through. I'll link it in the description below. And after that will be Vujo, then it'll be back to GrandMaesterStitch, and then it'll be me. So like in 5 episodes, we'll find out exactly what's happened. Here are my predictions. I reckon that at some point, this claim is going to happen, so we're definitely going to get that. I also reckon at some point, there's going to be some sort of push to get the Stormlands. Now, I don't know if that's going to be successful, but I suspect that there's going to be some sort of thing there. I also suspect that the Iron Throne sending all their troops over to the Basilisk Isles probably isn't going to go quite as well as they imagined, but we will all find out next time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in a couple of episodes, and I hope to see you all at Paradoxos' video next. Goodbye.